Okay, so are you familiar with Saint Ignatius de Loyola? Who knows a bit of Saint Ignatius de Loyola? Huh? Anyone? If I were to relate Saint Ignatius de Loyola with our class in science, Saint Ignatius de Loyola would probably be doing a lot of projects with bodily intelligence or kinesthetic intelligence. Why? Because Saint Ignatius de Loyola is a soldier. Okay, he's a soldier. And then, maybe by divine providence, he was hit in the knees by a cannonball. And because of that, he had to recuperate. No, he had to recuperate. And he was bored to death. He was bored to death. He was a soldier. So being sick and bedridden is something that he will die of, and not because of the cannonballs. Okay? So what did he do? By chance also, by chance, there was a Bible. And he had nothing else to do but read the Bible. And what did he notice? Every time he read stories about Jesus Christ, every time he read stories about the Bible, he felt something. He was feeling excited. Okay? And so he realized that if he thinks about the Bible, the stories of the Bible, he will feel something. So being a soldier, he thought of a way to make people exercise the Spirit. Because when he was reading the Bible, he felt that his spirit was being uplifted. So he thought, maybe, what if I write about how to exercise the Spirit? Okay? So, given those clues, what do you think is the title of the book written by Saint Ignatius de Loyola? I've given enough clues. Anyone? Bonus question. No, additional. Okay. The title of his book is Spiritual Exercises. Okay, Spiritual Exercises. So he wrote a book about how to exercise the Spirit. Okay. And one of the major things that really comes out from that is the word contemplation. Have you heard the word contemplation? Huh? Anybody? What do you mean by to contemplate? To contemplate. Yes? Contemplate.
It's like going down deeper to your inner senses and trying to reflect on everything you've got through in the past.
Correct. And what that's correct, no? But something is a bit missing when you say contemplate, because you can reflect, right? You can reflect doing the same things. But when you contemplate, okay, there's an additional thing, okay? In Saint Ignatius de Loyola, which is related to science in terms of Albert Einstein, okay? Albert Einstein discovered scientific truths not only by thinking, experimenting, but also by imagining. In fact, he said that he hardly thinks with words at all. Okay? He even said further that imagination is more important than knowledge. So in relation to contemplation, Saint Ignatius de Loyola recommends that you imagine, by way of contemplation, you imagine yourself to be in the scene of the Bible story. Let's say the Christmas story, the Nativity. Okay? St. Ignatius recommends that you imagine yourself as one of the characters there. Maybe imagine yourself as the crib. Or imagine yourself as one of the shepherds. Or even dare to imagine that you're Jesus Christ being born. You can imagine yourself as Saint Joseph or Mary even. Or even the star. Have you tried imagining yourself as the star of Bethlehem? What does it feel to be the star of Bethlehem? What does it feel to be Herod? What does it feel to be a blade of hay in the crib of Jesus Christ at the time of the Nativity? But maybe the first question that you should answer for yourself, do you believe that the birth of Jesus is a historic fact? Do you believe in that in the first place? Anyone? Do you believe that it is a historic fact that Jesus was indeed a person who lived? Okay? So, imagining that situation is not too far-fetched because it did happen. Okay? It did happen. Okay? Now, what do you feel after imagining yourself to be part of that nativity? The first Christmas, no, the first Christmas. A momentous event in the history of man, the history of salvation. The Christ is born. Imagine yourself a Jew at that time. You are waiting for the Messiah. Right? You are waiting for the Messiah. Since the time of Abraham, okay, and then the Jews developed the system of religion and of faith, waiting for the coming of the Messiah who will save them from their afflictions. And here comes the day when the Messiah is born, but only revealed to whom? Who recognized that this was the Messiah, by the way? Huh? Okay, anyway, we are not into theology, but I'm always asking, how is religion related to science? Okay? How is religion related to science? And I'm starting off with St. Ignatius because he dealt with something important which we can use in science, which Albert Einstein himself said, to use the imagination. Okay? To use the imagination. And so, in your blogs, okay, in your blogs, who has blogged, by the way? Has anybody started already? Okay. I'll be looking for that. No, I'll be looking for that sense of your imagination. Are you trying to imagine? Because I can sense. Now, every time you post something, I will try to see, is he playing around with his imagination? And the more you play around with your imagination, the more I see. Okay? Our audio before was not as good the last time, so I'll play this back again.
Space, the final frontier.
outside of us. Its lifelong mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life in these civilizations, to boldly go where no man has gone before. I think the echo was strong, no? Yes, okay. Okay. To go where no man has gone before. Are you willing to go to that place? No? Why not?
And no one is an island.
Okay. Uh, then don't go alone. Maybe you like somebody. Okay. To go where no man has gone before. Robert Frost would say to go to the paths less traveled. To go to places not usually traveled by. Okay? And this is the spirit that I would like to invite you, to go to a place where probably people have gone before, but not too many have done so. Okay? In fact, if you go even to the same place, you'll probably find something unique because you are the one looking at it. You're the one traveling. Okay? So even if you travel the same route, actually you will still find new because you are the one traveling. But to push it further, you can go to a place where no one has traveled before, or less people have done so. Okay. So where is that place? I will leave it up to you. No? Leave it up to you. We can discuss that as often as we can. Now, for our class, I'll be using this book, no? Integrated Science, by Tillery, Enger, and Ross. 6th edition. There's a Philippine version, Philippine edition, student edition. This is not required. Okay, this is not required. Although I recommend you to also have a copy. I will leave it up to you to find your own resources in the library or in your own library, in the UST library or in your own library. In fact, I see no problem if you even you refer to your old high school books, because even high school books are useful. Okay? But if you can search for books that you can use, I recommend that. Okay. There are other books that from time to time I will share with you. But in the meantime, this is more or less what is guiding me in helping you learn science with me. Okay. I understand that in some sections, in taking the same subject, there would be another approach to science. Okay? Now, we will also do that, by the way. We will also do that. However, I feel that we need to go even further, even deeper into more sciences. Okay? So that's the only difference I see. But in terms of other aspects of this subject like environmental integration and things like that, we will all do that. We will all do that. Okay. Now, I guess the first question is what is science, di ba? What is science? Okay. So maybe I should ask you, have you have you thought about thinking and how we know things? Have you thought about thinking as a process and how do we know something is there or how do we know something, right? Okay. So for an exercise, I would like to invite you to do an exercise with me. Okay. Uh, Let me see. Uh, I would like to call on five guys, three boys, two girls. Can we put the chairs here? Five of these chairs. Okay. Ayan. Okay. Any volunteers? Volunteers, anyone? Hazel? Okay. Oh, random. Oh, ito may light. Ah, Leia. Leia, buwan ko. Dito na si Leia. Sit down. Sit down. Ayan. Sige, face the class. Dito ka banda, dito. So I can reach you. Dito ka. Sige na, so I can... Ayan, okay. I will give something... I will give something to Leia with her hands at her back. Okay? I will give something. And then Leia will try to describe. Okay? Try to describe that. And then you will have to identify. Okay? Just describe, not giving too much clues. Just describe it. Okay? Because if you describe it by way of giving too much information, okay, it will be easily gotten. Okay? Okay. Sound effects. May sound effects. For the recording, may sound effects. Diba? Ayan. Sige. Use the mic if you like to use, so we can record. Okay, I will just go closer para. Describe. Describe what is at your back. Describe it. And then our objective is for them to know what you have. That's your objective also.
It's flat,
Okay, it's flat.
but rough.
flat but rough.
Sir, paano magde-describe ng hindi sobra-sobra? Hindi nila malalaman. What's
Try.
the goal here?
The goal? The goal is for them to know what you are holding.
Pwedeng how you use it? No.
Pag sinabi mo na yun, no, too much na. Physical mo na. We stick with the physical
With
aspect.
with bumps. Ah, plastic. Ay,
The feeling of plastic. If at any point in time you know what she's describing, you can interrupt immediately.
small,
Small, very small,
flat,
flat,
bumpy,
bumpy,
with emboss,
with a boss. Okay.
with sir, ang hirap naman i-describe nito. Plastic. Plastic. With like, ay hindi pwede. Oo, solid. Bendable. Parang acetate. Sir, mahirap to i-identify.
Sige. We'll try. Put it back. Put it back. Okay. Okay, she's putting it back. And then I will call somebody else to try. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Leah. Let me see how somebody else will try to describe. Johannes. Where is Johannes? Johannes, okay. Yeah. I'll give something at your back. It's inside the plastic, but you open it and then describe what's inside.
Um, um, teka, maano. Like cardboard.
It's like cardboard.
Mm, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8. Has 8 bumps.
Has 8 bumps. 8 bumps. Okay. Yes? Huh? Gamot. Aha, aha. Isang maling nagawa. Okay. Would you like to describe more?
Hindi ko na po kaya.
Okay.
Tin.
Thin. It's thin. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Put it back. So we have an answer by Beatrice, correct? No. What's your name again? Andrea. Andrea. Yes, Andrea. So Andrea is. How did you? How did you get the image of this? She's correct. No, she's correct. So this is the the object. Okay. So that Leah and Johannes has tried to describe. So it's a bit difficult to describe. Now, since you are all artists, I would like to call on who would you consider is the most visual here? The most, huh? Who? Yeah? Yeah? Leia? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay, sure. Okay, I will show everybody. I need your participation here. Please get a piece of paper, or you can do it in your notebook. No, please get a piece of paper. No. Now, Leia, correct? Leia, no? Huh? What's your name again? Tama, di ba? Di ba? Rikael Jasmine. Rikael Jasmine. Okay, everyone, please get a piece of paper. Now, I will show something to Jasmine. And Jasmine will describe to you. Jasmine will describe to you. And I want you to recreate. Huh? You will give instructions how to draw in. Yeah, there's a question here whether ipapass. I think it's a good idea, na ipass, no? So at least I get to look at it closer. Look at it closer. Maybe just that. Okay, is everyone ready? Okay, huh?
Sir, kahit sabihin ko, there are four,
Pwede,
slant.
pwede. You have to,
Yeah.
oo. Pwede. This one you can do it more detail.
Anong tawag doon? Vertex. Wala na kayo madadraw.
You cannot ask them muna. I cannot ask them. So, is everyone ready?
Ba't kasi ako eh? There are four slant lines.
Four slant lines. There are four slant lines. There
There are four slant lines
There
with a vertex. With a
Oh, no hand gestures.
with the common vertex. With a Huh? With cone. With cone. Horizontal. Slant. Mabisyo na ako eh. Nagigets nyo ba?
You'll find out later, depending on the result.
There are four slant lines horizontally. Kasi sabi mo pyramid, di ba? Horizontal. Cone. Hindi, ano siya? Yung shape niya, pa cone. Hindi siya pa X. Common vertex. Pero yung itsura niya, cone. Oh, yung shape niya, pa cone. Lines lang. Lines lang. Pero ano, yung... Hindi niya ba nagigits? Mali ba? Malabo ba, sir?
Okay, doing good. Doing fine.
Tapos, ano, inside there are three, paano ba to? Pa-square. Square siya na medyo pa-curve. Pero yung first square, maliit. Tapos palaki siya ng palaki. Base dun sa pa-cone na... Cone yung ano, yung lines baga, yung lines, ano, yung lines, hindi ako kinakabahan ng nilalamig ako, There are 4 lines, diba? Tapos, yung itsura ng lines, cone. Tapos, sa loob ng cone, meron siyang tatlong pa-horizontal. Ibig sabihin, nakapahiga yung cone. Gets nyo? With a common vertex. Oh, gets nyo? Tapos, may tatlong square. Tapos, yung square, nagsisimula siya sa loob ng cone. Palaki siya ng palaki. Gets? Tapos, gets nyo na. Tapos yung square niya medyo nakapa-curve. Tapos medyo naka-perspective siya na ano dito patagilid, ganyan. Wala gestures. Medyo nakapatagilid. Wala ba na? I-drawing nyo kasi. Sayang yung flower ko.
It's not important so much that we get the exact, but I want to see how she's coming across to me.
Hello?
This is only
Wala ba?
for recording.
Recording lang pala. Hindi ko makita eh. Mamaya na daw eh. Tapos yung first square, blanco yung loob niya. Yung second square, meron siyang, hinati siya sa 4. Pero yung, ulit nga, there are 4 lines. 4 lines lang, as in line.
Horizontal, vertical.
Pa-slant nga kasi.
Slant, yung nasa taas, galing sa left o galing sa right?
Ano ulit?
Pas
Galing siya sa right.
galing sa right. So
Yung
nakapasa
taas,
left.
oo.
Tapos magkakadikit, parallel, perpendicular.
Parallel.
Parallel. Tapos, tuloy na 9. 9.
Mali ba sinabi ko? Bakun. Matama.
O tapos, after ng 4 lines,
Mali ba? Wait lang.
after ng 4 lines,
No question, no verification.
after ng 4 lines, kung parallel case, ano after ng 4 lines? Okay,
Ha?
after ng 4 lines,
May common vertex nga kasi.
may common vertex.
Oo, kita niya si Miko nakuha. Oo. Tapos sa loob niya may tatlong square. Palaki ng palaki. Pero medyo naka-curve yung square niya. Oh, may ganyan.
No,
Joke.
confirmation. No confirmation. Okay, let's continue. Miko will continue. Okay. You describe. Miko will describe. Okay. Thank you, Jazim.
Sige, alam niyo yung common vert. Sir, parang wala naman. Sir, malakas yung boses ko.
Hindi, for recording ito.
Get yung vortex. Yung vertex. Okay. Yung first line, nasa quadrant 4.
Okay, so pataas. So, pagpaharap, isipin nyo triangle siya na yung two lines facing right. Okay, gets? Drawing kayo ng triangle. Tapos yung triangle, yung upper niya, di ba may base yan? May base. Tanggalin niyo yung base. Tapos, okay, ganito na lang. Less than. Less than. Paano may less than? Paano may less than? Greater than pala. Greater than. Dun sa loob ng greater than, meron pang dalawang slant na line. Okay. Tapos, ay, ang hirap naman ito. So, ito lang yung kailangan nilang magawa. Okay. Dun sa sa pinakataas na slant na line, mag-drawing kayo simula sa vertex ng point na palayo ng palayo, 3. Gets? Kayong bahala kung gaano kalayo. Palabas sa palayo na palayo hanggang dun sa pinaka... From the vertex, palayo na palayo, 3 dots. Dun sa slant na line mismo, gumawa kayo ng 3 line, palabas. Basta dot lang, dot. Ano lang, mark lang, mark. So, yung mark na yon, in-name nyo ng ABC. Okay? O, tas dun sa second na slant na line, gawa kayo ng 6, na yung bawat dalawa, in between na yung nasa taas. Oo, dot pa rin. Mark lang yan. So, 6 na yan, di ba? I-mark nyo yan na E, F, G, H, I, J. Gets? So, parang meron na kayong 3 dots sa taas, sa pangalawang line, merong 2. Okay? Okay na, gets na? Okay. Yung letter E, i-connect na sa letter A. Yung letter A, i-connect na sa letter F. Oh, so meron kayong parang maliliit na triangles. Ayan. Gawin niyo yun sa succeeding 3 dots sa taas. Connect nyo ng parang gano'n. So, di ba nagawa niyo na yung E to A to F, nagawa niyo na. Gawin niyo yung G to B, B to H. Ay, H ba? At tapos, sunod, ganun din, ulitin nyo, okay? So, meron na kayong parang triangle. Dun sa third slanting line, sa baba, third slanting line, gawa kayo ng halos kapantay nung nasa second line. Oo, yung E, F, G, H, I, yun, E, F, G, H, I, J. Bakit 6? Dapat 9 lang eh. A, B, C. Ano pala, D, E, F pala dapat eh. Pero okay lang. Basta gets, yung nasa third line, kapantay na yung mark na nasa second line. Tama, sir, diba? Tapos, simula dun sa second line, first dot, mag-drawing kayo ng medyo, arc, pero mas pantay ng konti. Hindi siya ganon, mas pantay ng konti. I-connect niyo yung first dot ng nasa second line sa first dot ng third line. Ganon. Yung outside yung curve niya. Papunta din sa base dapat ng triangle. Parang baliktad na C. Pero hindi masyadong C. Ayan, i-connect niyo lahat. So meron na kayong parang 3, ay hindi, 1, 2. Meron na kayong 6 na pabaliktad na C. Parang sound waves. Ayan, parang sound waves. Okay? Tapos, dun sa pinakababang line, gawa kayo ng 3 mark ulit, pero kapantay niya yung unang mark ng second and third line. Gawa kayo ng 3 mark, kapantay niya yung first mark ng second and third line. Okay? Yung first dot ng third line, i-connect nyo sa dot, sa first dot, sa fourth line. Straight lang. Tapos yung first dot ng fourth line, i-connect nyo ng medyo pa-curve, papunta dun sa second dot ng third line? Medyo, basta pababa siya. Pababa na. Pa-connect na siya dun sa fourth line, first dot. Okay, so kung nagawa niyo na yun, dapat may nabuo na kayong parang pa-curve na square. Uli, yung third line, third line. Third line, second dot, i-connect sa first dot ng fourth line. First dot ng fourth line. Now, third dot ng third line, i-connect sa second dot ng fourth line. Fourth dot ng third line, i-connect sa second dot ng fourth line. So, para magkakamukha siya ng palaking-palaki na boxes. Tatlo. Gets?
Okay. I think we have enough data. Okay, may I call on Rikael again? Miko, please stay in front, Rikael. Rikael. Okay. Who has more or less gotten the idea? I see one here that's almost correct, no? Now, I would like to ask what you found useful, okay, what you found very helpful from your end, which was, okay, maybe I should ask first, what was your difficulty and from giving the instructions? Rikael?
Sir, ano, ano nga ba? Hindi po kasi ako hindi ko po kasi tinitingnan yung mga dot pa. Yung mismong letters, hindi ko po in-explain pa.
But what was your strategy when you were trying to communicate?
Ano, dinidescribe ko lang po yung mismong visible, yung kitang-kita talaga yung naka-emphasize, parang gano'n.
Okay. And Miko, what was your strategy?
Geometry.
Geometry. Okay, it's using geometry. And from those who were listening from the other side, the other end, what did you find most helpful?
Yung ano po, yung guide mo po dun sa ano. From the dot to dot. Saka yung start mo na 4 lines. Kasi kung hindi mo namin na-gets yung first instruction, magkakanta sira. So, it's a good thing na from the vertex, then the 4 lines na-gets po namin. Then from that point on, na-gets na yun.
Okay. So basically it's geometry. Now we're using dots, references. Okay. Now, okay, thank you, Miko and Rikael. In our work here in natural science, okay, we have to go down a bit more basic about these things. And in general, the way we describe objects, okay, because we are dealing with matter. Okay, in science, we deal with matter just as you are doing in art. You deal with matter. You deal with paint. You deal with rocks for sculpture. You deal with clay. These are physical matter. Okay? Same with science, these are what we deal with. Except that in art, we use matter for expressing, for creative expression. But for science, we will be studying it. Okay, we'll be studying it. So, when we do so, we will have to deal with properties. We'll have to deal with properties. Here we were dealing with point A to point B. Now, these are somehow properties with relation to, okay, Good afternoon. Uh, oh, who is the president of the class? You're president of the class, okay, student council. Okay. So you'll be dealing with basic things. Okay. By the way, I'll be posting this so you can see in detail. This is the actual object, drawing. Can we open the lights, please, so I can see better? Okay. Welcome. You're welcome. Okay. So when we earlier Leah was describing in terms of thinness, roughness, bumps. Okay, so these are physical properties. These are physical properties that we will be observing as much as possible, as detailed as possible. When you look at an object now, look also at its most basic property. Okay? And then the shape, no? In this case, the lines. No? Rikael was trying to say slant lines, a cone. Okay? These are shapes, also properties. These are also properties. Okay? Miko said that he used geometry. Okay, geometry. Okay, so basic systems of shapes and triangles. No? I have not heard a description about measurement. Okay, like for example, what was the length of the line? Okay, what was the length of the line? What was the length between point A to point B? Between the two describers, I did not notice one described the object in terms of measurement. Okay? So that's one way, and in fact, in science, we'll be dealing a lot with measurements. Okay? Okay? And we have been using, what are you more used to? The English system or the metric system? English? In inches, in metrics, or in meters rather. Okay. Who is using the metric system by heart? When you use Photoshop, what do you tend to use? Inches or meters or metric system? Or pixels? Or maybe you are already into the pixels measurement, no? Okay. Because when you describe something in science, there is somehow an urgency and a need to quantify. No, you quantify. Like, how thin was that? How thin? How thin is thin? How rough is rough? Okay. So we will try to quantify as much as we can. Okay. Now, after, okay, these are just descriptions. These are descriptions. Eventually, we will have to find some kind of understanding out of these descriptions, out of these things that we measure. Okay? We try to come up with some kind of an understanding. And this is where we make use of ratios. Okay, what is a ratio? Anybody? What is a ratio? Relationship of quantities. Okay? Let me read to you some news from the Varsitarian. Okay. UST dominated the recent licensure examinations for nursing, pharmacy, and architecture, with several Thomasians landing in the top 10. Okay, that was the first paragraph, top 10. Maybe we have some kind of an image of how many took the exam. But who knows? Maybe only 10 people took the exam. Okay? But still, we cannot determine, by this paragraph alone, we cannot determine whether the news is worthy already by saying top 10. But of course, licensure examinations have a lot of people taking it. No? So maybe this is also a good paragraph because we understand what a licensure examination entails. UST was named second top performing school in the May nursing board exams after posting a 99.55% passing rate. Results from the Professional Regulation Commission, PRC, showed. Okay. So can you imagine 99.55%? It's almost 100, no? In fact, we can round it off to 100. A total of 446 Thomasians passed out of 448 examinees. So 445 over 448. That's how 99.55 was derived. Okay. Higher than last year's 99.04% or 411 passers out of 415 examinees. So can you imagine the 4 or 5 people who were not able to pass the exam? Must have been a very painful experience. Okay? So, in your case, how important is measurement? In your own life, in your own day-to-day life, how important is it? Can you give me an example how you are practically useless if you are not able to do this kind of a measurement? Anybody? Can anybody share? In your own experience. This one is sharing from a journalist's point of view, from a journalist trying to communicate the good news about our examinees. Okay? So it's in terms of enumerating. Now, in your case, how is measurement important to you? Can you give an example in your practical life? May I call on Stephanie Inocencio? Where is Stephanie? Stephanie? Can you smile so we can record your reply? Yes. Can you cite an example in your case where measuring is very important in your
Sa clothes po.
clothes? Okay. What about clothes?
Tsaka shoes.
Okay.
Siyempre po pag sobrang luwag, siyempre uncomfortable suot. Pag sobrang sikip naman, di rin comfortable. So dapat tamang size lang.
Was there ever a time that you were the one who designed your clothes? Or measured or tailored?
No.
Not yet. Okay. Okay. So an example from a point of view of a wearer, somebody who wears. So you're choosing the clothes to wear. And comfort is a factor. No comfort. You want to have a fit with your with the exact measurements so that it will fit you for comfort. Okay. Now imagine the work of a tailor. Okay, imagine the work of a tailor. Okay, who has to measure you. Okay, measure your shoulders, measure your arm's length, your hips, your waist, your height, from hips to ankle. Okay, that is her work, measuring. Has anybody tried to make her own clothes or his clothes? Who? Somebody did? Okay. Si Pam? So you tried tailoring? Not? Joking only? Okay. Because maybe this would be a good time for you to think about tailoring as a special project for science. Okay? Uh, in the science projects that I would like you to do, think of something you've not done before. It's not important that it's a perfect project, but the project, by the end of the project, you would have learned something new. Like, for example, I would like to suggest maybe one or two of you are interested in costume play. Okay? So we have a lot of science fiction characters that you can do. Okay? For one, Star Trek. And if you like, you can measure me because I don't have a costume yet for Star Trek. I've always wanted to wear a Star Trek costume. So that can be one of your projects for um, visual. No? I think that's something visual. Visual intelligence with matching kinesthetic. No, more of visual. No? That's more of visual. Some numerical because you have to compute a bit. Who else? Can you share with us an experience wherein you have used measurement on a life and death situation? Where is Hillary Lee? Hillary, can you share an experience where measurement really played an important part in your work? Huh? Cooking. What about cooking? Yes, that's a good example. Uh-huh. What's your favorite menu? Recipe? Huh? What is it? Gramen. Gramen. Ramen. Noodles, right? Noodles. Ramen noodles. Okay. Okay. Do you make your own noodles? No. So it's prepared cook. So what is the crucial measurement that you need for a perfect ramen? Flour. And so you make your noodles? No. Okay. When you make your ramen, you say measurement place. So what seems to be the most important measurement so you have a perfect ramen noodles soup? Is that soup? Is that a soup or it's a soup? What are you very careful about when you measure ramen noodle soup? The spiciness, okay? Can you quantify your spice right now? How much of spice do you use? In, let's say, this much, let's say, how many kilos of, let's say if you were to feed this class of 32 people. Huh? Okay. You have not prepared food for 32 people? You have not prepared, not yet. So how many people are you feeding? 4 people. Okay, so for 4 people, how much noodles, how many kilos of noodles do you use? You just buy. And what is the size of that pack? How many kilos of that? How many grams? Okay. We tend not to know because most of the things here are prepared in packs. 3-in-1, uh, noodles in pack, you know that this will feed 4. In fact, some of the spices are already there also, sometimes. But if you were to be a serious cook, who here ambitions to be a chef on the side? Huh? Mingo, chef on the side? What's your favorite dish that you prepare?
Wala. Fried chicken.
Fried chicken. Who is the maker of Kentucky? Si Kentucky. Oh, Kentucky has a special preparation for Kentucky. Huh? Yes, Sanders, Colonel Sanders. No, Colonel Sanders, not Kentucky. Oh, what about Miko's chicken? You have a special.
Miko chicken.
Huh? Okay. So measurement. I will be okay in your blogs. Okay, remember in your blogs, I will try to look for those kinds of statements that you are trying to describe in terms of measurements. Okay? You're trying to find relationships also. Okay? Like, for example, I will ask, if I were to ask your equation to have a happy life, yes, what is your equation for a happy life? Eh? Let's try to be a bit mathematical. So put some measurements. Put some measurements. Put some. By the way, symbols. No, symbols are also important. Like I do not know yet if a scientist has ever made a symbol for life. I'm not sure if somebody has defined an equation for life. So probably you will be the first one to make a symbol for life. Can we try a bit? Where is Mary Hazel San Juan? Mary Hazel San Juan? Mary Hazel? You are Mary Hazel? Yes. If I were to ask you, write an equation of a happy life. Happy life. If you were to quantify, if you were to express in terms of quantifiable, measurable equations and the equation for a happy life, you are the scientist who discovered the equation for a happy life. What would that be? Okay, maybe I should ask that for everyone. Now, for everyone, remember the drawing that you did? Okay, scribble something down there also. I will collect the paper. I will collect the paper. Write your name there. And then I will see your drawing. This is not, uh, it's not the knowledge that I will see. But if you were to write an equation for a happy life, Okay, while you are trying to write your equation of a happy life, I will share with you my happy life by way of music. Mic test. Okay, that's one of my experiments, no? Because I have a very soft voice. And one of my goals, my lifetime goal, is to improve my voice, especially in the classroom. No? So I still cannot pay my way through Voice Academy of the Philippines, although I am working on having a better income so I can pay for professional voice training. But in the meantime that I have not done so, I try to use YouTube. No, in YouTube, you will find voice coaches, voice tips, etc. So I try to listen and watch and then dare to record. Dare to record and post. So I posted this as one of my audio posts for Facebook. And one of my friends asked if this is my audition piece for Voice of the Philippines. Okay. So anyway, I showed you that also because that can be one of your projects for science. Maybe one or two of you would like to work on your voice. So this can be a project. There are a lot of musical mm, things that we can relate to science. I guess it's just a matter of finding out the connections. Like for example, I am working on the song of Matt Monroe, Born Free. Are you familiar with that song? Born Free? Yes, Born Free is the musical, is a song of the movie of a story of a lioness and its scientist. No, so both the movie and the song can somehow be related to science in our work. Yeah. So I have heard many times the soundtrack of A Beautiful Mind. Who has listened to the soundtrack of A Beautiful Mind? That one? Beautiful. Who has seen the movie A Beautiful Mind? Hindi siya mentally challenged, but he's, yes, it's the story of a mathematician, si Dr. John Nash, who is also schizophrenic. Okay, so genius siya, but also schizophrenic. And he has gotten into danger because of that. But his mathematics is now being used for criminal investigation, I believe. No? So anyway, if one or two of you would like to adapt the soundtrack of A Beautiful Mind to, let's say, Banduria, that would be something nice to hear, right? Okay, so I hope you're able to write the equation. Okay, so you have your equation now. May I hear some of your equations? Huh? Yes? Can you share with us your equation? Huh? You don't have? Oh, I will collect the paper. Wala pa? Oh, you're right. I will collect your paper. Huh? Write your name. So there are two things that I should be looking at in your paper. One, your attempt to draw what was described earlier. And then number two, some kind of an equation. Quantifiable, measurable, of course with an equal sign. And of course, we have not undergone the serious scientific way of of deriving at that equation, but just for us to have some kind of an idea or an attempt to write an equation of something important. Okay. But maybe we have gone too far ahead, no? Because before we go and arrive at a certain equation, we must also undergo some kind of a method. Okay? And that is the scientific method. Okay? And the scientific method requires us, yes, yes, critical thinking, yes, scientific, experimental thinking. We have to think in terms of hypothesis first. No? We must desire that whenever we look at our surroundings, we desire to be curious about our surroundings. And then come up with some tentative reasons or explanation as to why these things are happening. Like lately, there has been so many airplane crashes, no, lately. Meron na naman, no? So, in fact, if I'm not mistaken, the Malaysian air flight is still undiscovered. Is that correct, right? Up to this time, there is no trace as to where it is or where it has gone. Iba pa rin yung Ukraine. Yes. There was a plane crash maybe 3 months ago, 2 months ago, a Malaysian flight which crashed somewhere, but up to now, no debris has been found. So no casualties is still declared to be dead. No, from the insurance point of view, they would have to wait maybe 7 years if the status of those parties are lost. But unless they are declared dead, no insurance can be given to the beneficiaries. Okay? Now, with that event, can anybody here hypothesize what happened in that physical incident? Aliens? Yes? Like the Bermuda Triangle? Yes. My mother thinks so. My mother thinks that is what is happening again. Because there was a time, and these are documented cases also, no, of lost planes, no, in that area. Mhm. Sa Bermuda Triangle, yes. Some kind of a magnetic field there. Who among you has watched Close Encounters of the Third Kind? You see that film? Ancient Aliens, you watch that one. Okay? So I will throw an idea to anybody who would like to watch Close Encounters of the Third Kind by no less than Steven Spielberg. Okay? But he did that maybe after Jaws. After Jaws, his blockbuster Jaws, he did the science fiction Close Encounters of the Third Kind, where in our relation to our Malaysian flight, he declared something there. By the way, when I throw these ideas, these are not required, but if you take me up on that idea, it will give me some kind of a feedback that you are listening. Di ba? And if you blog about that, share link to the movie. It most probably is available in YouTube. Share the link to your blog or even embed the YouTube there. That's already a plus. Okay? Because, she listened or he listened about close encounters of the third kind. Okay? So what is your hypothesis? We have one here, aliens, or Bermuda Triangle, which somehow magnetic fields, so more grounded on certain physical realities. The aliens, that could be another. Who knows? It will be too arrogant of us to believe that we are alone in this grand universe. And it is a it is a hypothesis which, just like any other hypothesis, it needs to undergo some kind of a scientific method, which we need to test, we need to experiment, we need to investigate. So, how far would you go to investigate your hypothesis about the Malaysian flight? Would you keep on reading about it, being updated, this one, right? Being updated about what's happening there? So, any other theory? Aaron? Is correct? Aaron? No. Ah, Aaron? Arrow. Enro. Give me time to memorize your names, huh? Give me time to memorize. So, but I would like, yes, Enro. You have any hypothesis as to